Hi, this is Bob from WAMS Tech, and today I'm going to show you how to use the new seating chart feature from within TeacherPlus Gradebook. As you can see, the button is no longer grayed out, so it's clickable. So click the seating chart button to get started. You'll see the seating chart interface kind of pop open above your gradebook. And the first thing you have to do is create a new seating chart. So you can select Add New. And what I recommend doing is selecting the name of your seating chart based on what you want shown. So I could say maybe seating chart by name and ID 2016-17, something like that. Okay, you can name it whatever you'd like. If I were naming it, this is maybe what I would do, just so I can be very specific as to what the seating chart's going to give me, right? All right, after you've named it, you're going to arrange the seats. Okay, the assign all placement down here, you don't have to worry about too much if you're not automatically putting your kids into alphabetical order. Okay, if you're mixing up seating arrangements throughout the year, this really won't matter so much. But what you do want to pay attention to is the number of seats per row and the number of rows you have in your classroom. So you can kind of match it. All right, so if I have 30 desks, maybe it's 6 by 5. Okay, I would just do 6 by 5. Okay, if you have groups of kids, where you have maybe pods or collaborative working groups or cooperative learning groups, we'll play with these numbers a little bit, and I'll show you what that looks like after the fact. Okay, so he may have 30 kids. All right, what fields to show on the seat is the next option down. Okay, so here you can select their picture, which is super helpful, their ID number, their name. You can do full name. Okay, you can also choose an additional database field. You can choose their parent name. Okay, you can choose their birth date if you want to have a list of their birthdays on the list there. Okay, you can do their preferred name. This one's super helpful if a kid doesn't go by their official or their legal first name. Right, you can do preferred name instead. Okay, if you want to, you can show their averages and grades within the seating chart as well. Okay, but you don't need to do that. You can leave these unchecked. Okay, and finally, the last thing is under the Arrange Students tab. Okay, here you can select to arrange them by randomly, okay, or by rank, or by data field. Okay, you can do any of these things by ID number. Okay, I'm just going to do random because I'm going to place them where I want them in my room. All right, so from here, I'm going to click on Save at the top. Okay, and you'll see that it's kind of blank. That's okay. Okay, after, you're going to go ahead and assign your students. You see I now have 6 by 5, and now I'm going to assign the kids to this space. I have the teacher down here, so this is the front of the classroom. All right, I'm going to click on Edit, and now I can pop the kids in to the seats here. Okay, if you want to view this smaller so you can see all the rows at the same time, you can use the magnifier tools over here. Like so. And then click on Edit. All right, so now I can take these students and plop them into the seats. All right. Okay, if you want to make sure you didn't forget a kid, you can just do Assign All. Okay, and you'll see that they're all there now. And then from here, I can arrange them as needed. Okay. Now say you have collaborative working groups where you have like pods of 4 kids, like so. And maybe you have 3 of them going across. All right, so here's where you'll need to play with the amount of rows and columns to make sure you have that gap in between that kind of designates the groups. So if I have 3 groups going across, then I'll need, you'll see 4 more squares over here. So I'll need an additional 2 more columns, right? So I can go and save this for now. Okay, and then click on Settings. And under the Arrange Seats, I want 2 more columns. So that's the number of seats per row. So instead of 6, I'll choose 8, and then click on Save. Okay. All right, now I see I have 2 more columns, so I can go back and edit, and now I can complete my 3rd group over here. This is the lonely group with only 2 kids in it. or I can do 2 groups of 3, whatever my seating arrangement is. And so you want to make sure you have those, you can give yourself some spacers if you're using collaborative groups to let you know exactly how those kids are arranged. Right? Okay, and then from here, you can click on Save. Seating chart was saved successfully, which is good. Right, and now I have my seating chart. Okay, I have these little drop-down arrows. If I want to hide faces for student privacy, let's say, I don't know. Okay. But then what's great is that this is saved to this gradebook. So anytime you come back into this gradebook, you can access your seating chart digitally this way. In addition to the seating chart mode, I also have an attendance mode. And what attendance mode does is for any particular date, okay, instead of doing attendance with my list of kids, I can take attendance based on my seating arrangement. So it works the same way. I can open up the seating chart, and now I can click on the box to do my attendance. And then I submit from here. Okay, the last thing here, besides the seating chart mode and attendance mode, I can now print off my seating chart as well. Click on Print Seating Chart. Okay, I'll get the preview here. You can do it either portrait or landscape. So landscape will give you bigger faces, right? Easier to read. But if you want to do portrait, you can do that as well. Okay. You see that when I did landscape, I put it onto a second page. So I can just make sure that I just specify the first page, page 1, and print it off there. All right, if you have any further questions about how to use the seating chart, feel free to email me at robert.petito@woodward.edu. Thanks for watching.